I look at this stadium now, just 1 hour before the game, and with a kind of nostalgia, of course, but as well a kind of pride. I have built this stadium, you know, and I've dedicated 10 years of my career to pay this stadium. So I must say I'm proud because there is a continuity. And I always said I work for this club to get him a chance to be even stronger when I leave. And so between the moment I arrived at the club, we built the training ground, we built the stadium, and the club has become stronger and stronger. And today, we are, of course, now in 26. I left in 2019, so I would say the transition, if you compare the two clubs, the transition between Man United and Arsenal has been smoother at Arsenal than it has been in Manchester United. And even if we have not won yet the championship, because we have to be cautious, and it's a big game today. The numbers have become bigger. You know, today you buy the good players 80 to 100 million. If you make a mistake of 10%, it's 8 million. And the income, but the income of the clubs per day now, at a club like Arsenal, it is 5.7, 5.8 million per game at home. I think the highest is Man United with 6.5 million. So when I was manager, you played 30 games per year at home. It was 3 million per game, so 90 million income. So the numbers have changed as well. I made him captain as well of the team because he had a passion for the game. He was very focused, very motivated, very into football. And that's why I believe he has the authority as well on the group. And inside the club, I believe he benefited from the fact that at Arsenal there was a culture of giving authority to the manager, you know, and he did that well. And I must say that Arsenal invested a lot of money in the last 5 years, but they invested it well. And today, I feel in every position we have top-level players. In my 22 years at Arsenal, I never lost 3 games in the Premier League in a row. Because I always thought when you lose the first one, everybody says you have to win the second one. But I always said, let's not lose the second one. Because the lack of confidence is so quick that it's difficult to keep the club in a high. And the club gets immense pressure to make decisions like that. So overall, I believe that you have to try to reduce the crisis time. But at Man United, I feel they are in a permanent phase of rebuilding a team of the glory of the past. And I think that in the last 4 or 5 years, it's the players they bought were not good enough to play for Man United, many of them. And that's why at the end of the day, it's always down to the quality of the players you have in your team first, after the coach can make something with the players. But I feel in the last 5, 6 years, the coaches were always in difficult positions because they had not the needed quality to perform at the top level. Well, I would say that Arsenal looks miles above everybody else, more balanced, stronger physically, better organized, winning the ball back quicker, and having top players in every position. But many other teams are not at the level that they were in a few years ago. Man City has less good players than before in every position, and Liverpool this year is not at the level of last year. So you see that Aston Villa now, who is consistent, is team number 3. So that shows that not everybody, Tottenham is not playing well. And so I would say, considering the financial potential of the team, you would expect the league to be a bit more balanced. So that's why I'm convinced that today is an important game for Arsenal, but it's as well the year, more than ever, to win the championship. Well, yes, I believe that they want so much to win the game that lack a bit patience in the build-up of a game and in the speed of the movement of the ball. I think they use a bit too much force and not enough technique. On the other side, I believe that Carrick has found a good formula that is a good balance between defensive stability and good technical level. And Man United gave problem. It's the first time I feel as well that the central defenders were a bit more nervous and less dominant than usually in the game. So overall, the 1-1 is down to 2 mistakes we see here. That's good to say to the defenders, don't be too much obsessed by the striker, and because he couldn't play the goal. And on the second goal, the goal from Man United, I feel that Zubimendi makes a mistake, but Saliba should not go in front of him, should give him support and stay behind him to have a possibility to defend the ball. Yeah, but when you concede 3 goals at home, it's difficult to win, you know, and I would say the goals scored on both sides illustrated a little bit the way the two teams played. The games of Man United were well built up with good cohesion, and the games of Arsenal were more decided by power and deciding fighting on the corner, for example, the second goal and the first goal as well. It was not clean play. But they gave everything, Arsenal, but they lacked a bit, like I said in the first half, patience and technical cohesion. What Man United had. I think there is something going on in this Man United team between the way they beat Man City and they beat Arsenal today. And the way they played was very convincing. And as well, when Arsenal come back to 2-2, usually it's the home team who wins the game. And they found again the resources to score the third goal and to win 3-2 away from home in a top-level game. So I must congratulate Carrick. He has created something.